Good evening and welcome to day three, episode three of the Winning Women Dialogues 2020. I'm so excited to have you. I'm so sorry that we are late. We had a whole lot of technical difficulties, but we are live and we are here, committed to the conversation, committed to the dialogue. We have Wendy standing by, and I'm so excited to have this third woman that we are celebrating as a winning woman in 2020. Look, we have managed to rise above life circumstances and win against all the odds that were set up against us. And I'm not even going to waste any more time. I'm going to read you the bio of today's guest. You'll find her on your social media as Wendy Blessing. And Wendy Blessing is Wendy Silinyana. She is a connector and a driven self starter who established her own company, Virtue Business Solutions, in 2009 with the ambition and determination to empower others who have just started the journey of entrepreneurship. She has founded various initiatives such as Startup Wake Up, the Entrepreneurship Core, Designers Hub Initiative, Business Opportunities Roundtable, Style My Brand, and My Africa Travels. Her aim for these initiatives being to support entrepreneurs with emphasis on women. Can you see why I love her so much? With emphasis on women. With the background in public relations, Wendy has used her diverse skills and networking ability to gain international and continental networks as a vehicle to drive and promote entrepreneurship both in her community and internationally. She's widened her network to Asia, Australia, Italy, Colombia, Togo, Paris, Cote d'Ivoire, Tanzania, Zambia, Ethiopia through her growing network and global business leaders, where she promotes and advocates for collaboration, intertrade relations, and women economic empowerment. She's affiliated with BMF Young Professionals Development Program alumni, Business Women Association, and a Women Entrepreneurs Day organization ambassador. She is a powerhouse, okay? She is so well rounded, and she is like you say, a self-starter. I don't know a woman who's more versatile. And without any further ado, let us welcome today's guest to the stream. Welcome, Wendy. How are you today?
Thank you, Yolanda. I'm good, thank you. And I would like to greet also, I don't know if we say viewers or followers or our viewers from wherever you are watching. You're welcome and thank you for having me. Such an honor to be in this platform for winning women, and I'm honored to be recognized as a woman who's winning.
You
Thank you
definitely
so much.
are. You definitely are winning, and it is an honor to have you. It's an honor to host you, and thank you for making time. I know that it's a busy time of the year with a lot of projects being wound up and a lot of meetings, back
Yeah.
to back projects to do. So I really appreciate you taking time to come and inspire the women who are tuned in today with your story. And so, Wendy, without even talking too much, I want you to get right into it. Tell us, who is Wendy Silinyana? What sets her heart on fire? What is it that makes you wake up in the morning, and the things that you're just passionate about and love?
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Yolanda. Wendy Silinyana is an eldest child, born of Osistumi. I call it Osistumi, and my father Sydney. Um, I've got two siblings, my two sisters who come after me, and like I'm a self-starter. I'm a self-starter, born and bred in Tanzania, and with so many dreams. One day of saying, I remember at school, we used to have, fun days where you dress up in a funny way. And I used to wear, a suit. I would come to school dressed up in a suit or church
Wow.
clothes.
Wow.
and, and my teachers would say, hey, Wendy, what's going on with you? I'm like, this is me. This is my future self. I will be a businesswoman one day. So this is me. And so and I remember at another time it was fun day and I wore Indian clothes, like in sari, and I said, no, this is me showcasing other cultures. And little
Wow.
did I know that I would later in life, be connected to different countries and be connected with different people and have a passion to actually connect with people in other countries. So in a nutshell, I'm a self-starter coming from Danzane. I grew up in Danzane, born, bred, buttered, in a family of girls and in a family of women. And I grew up being a child that is, always inquisitive about things, wanting to find out how is this done. And I remember my dad would would teach me how to play cricket, would teach me how to play rugby and all of that. So, and to answer your question, what sets Wendy on fire? What sets me on fire is seeing other people empowered. And especially I have a passion for women empowerment. I have a passion on seeing entrepreneurs, rising. And simply because I myself, when I started, I had someone who had coached me and walked a journey with me. So it then became that, that conviction to say, if someone what had bothered themselves with my own, a journey, why can I not bother myself with other people's journey? So
Yeah.
in a nutshell, that's who I am. I started my company in 2009, and with that ambition of just, lending a helping hand, and but else also making money. And so
Yeah.
I would say I'm a social entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can go on. So you must cut me. I have a lot to say.
No, it's absolutely fine. It's just it's important to have a holistic understanding of who is it that we are looking at today and who is it that we are speaking to today, so that we
Yeah.
can better understand the flow. Where your passion for women comes from. You were raised in a family of girls. Why you're a self-starter? You were raised in a township, and today you are living a different life. You're sitting for your own children. And so I absolutely appreciate the elaborate explanation you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Wendy, I'm just trying, we get the comments about the echo, and I'm just worried that um, it might distract from them hearing really important things. Is it still bad? How bad is that? Can you guys not hear us at all? And from who is the echo coming from? Is it when I speak, or when Wendy speak, or when both of us speak? So that we can know if we should start a new broadcast. Let us know. Welcome. We have Fang watching, Pastor G, Buku's watching, Attila Mbete is watching, Nancy Bene, welcome. Nomfundo here, Musa is here, Timbi Mundu is here. Welcome, everyone. Please just let us know how is the sound on your side. That's why we were late. We were trying to fix our sound issues, but if they persist, we might have to. Okay, so only can you please give me earphones? They in my. Okay. I'm gonna try use earphones and hopefully it gets
Now,
better.
when we're in the technology age,
You know.
the pandemic has presented us with opportunities to explore technology.
Okay, so
You sounding better, actually, even on my side.
how's it sounding now, everybody? Please let me know. Is it better?
You sounding better?
Okay, yeah, they say it's only coming from me, Wendy, and not from you. So I hope the earphones will resolve it. Let's just wait to hear feedback, whether we are now clear and the sound is good. If not, I'm actually thinking to change the device. Wendy, just hold on, stick with me.
Okay, no problem.
I'm not getting any feedback from the viewers whether they can hear me better now with the earphones. Okay, so let's change devices. But as I change devices, Wendy, please do go ahead and let me ask the second question so that you can flow in. We don't have to lose track of time
Okay.
while I change devices, because we can still go ahead with the conversation. The second question I
Okay.
was going to ask, my phone. Sorry. Oh, I see people are also trying to call me. Oh, guys, you're so kind. They know we love excellence. They know they know we love excellence, and obviously we wouldn't want to have issues with sound. So I'm just trying to sort out my things this side.
One thing I didn't mention is that I'm a mother of two, and that is a bad thing
Oh,
not to mention.
oh,
I'm a mother
please.
of
And you've got such
two
talented
wonderful
kids.
I'm a mother of two wonderful kids, Licebo and Bulumgo. We call ourselves the coolest family in Africa
Oh,
because we are almost the same size and almost the same height. Oh, well, they are taller than me. And yeah, so I'm mother of two, Licebo and Bulumgo. My son is doing grade 10, and my daughter is doing grade 8.
awesome. So, Wendy, the question that I have that I want us to jump into before I switch devices is, when you think about the theme of this dialogue, Winning Women 2020, and we talk about winning in general in 2020, what comes to mind for you? Because it's been quite a tough year, and I don't think many people can put the word winning next to the year 2020. But do you have any positive reflections that you can share with us, and what comes to mind and to heart when you say this?
Listen, it's an exciting topic to start with. As you say, winning and 2020. I mean, one would say, "Hi, book. How can you put the two words in one sentence? Or 2020 and winning." For me, I think 2020 has presented. What comes to mind is that 2020 has presented personally me an opportunity to grow and an opportunity to evolve. And I think it presented everybody actually that opportunity, and whether they have used that opportunity or not used it, that's another story. And it presented most of us with an opportunity to say, look, okay, I was doing this and it was working before COVID-19, and what am I now? How do I pivot? How do I change? And how do I, adjust or adapt to the changes that we have? For instance, I mean, I'm in the events industry where I would host events, and all of a sudden we are locked down. We are on lockdown. So how do you then, continue with that? How do you stay winning with being locked down? And it pushed. I would say for me, 2020 pushed me to my edge, and it was either you fly or you fall. So I took the option to say, you know what, I'm not going to limit myself. I'm going to adapt. One, two, I'm going to embrace every aspect of Wendy and utilize every aspect of Wendy. For instance, now I freelance and do work for other companies. I market other companies and become a team member within their companies. I run my business. So there's a number of things that COVID-19 or 2020 has presented. It presented everybody with an opportunity to evolve and to embrace the changes that are coming with COVID-19. But not only to embrace the changes, but to see them as an opportunity to pivot or to change to move to your next. And so for me, when you say winning and 2020, I mean, I can mention a number of things that happened within this year that have not been happening for so many years. I collaborated with people. I literally worked with people I've never seen eye to eye, that are based in other countries, but online. We've completed projects, and the only mode of communication has been online. And I've collaborated with people that I never thought I would collaborate with, even dream of collaborating, because it presented that opportunity to say that alone I cannot, but we are in this together, so we have to make it work. So it presented those opportunities where I found myself in industries that I never thought I would find myself in. And also, you know, learning to understand that you are not just yourself, but you are a community of people globally, and therefore connecting with those people and creating a culture of collaboration. So for me, it's been that mindset to say, how do I win? And one other thing I want to mention is, you know, what made me to continue the way I am continuing is the mindset. I had to have I have to have a shift of a mindset and understand that things are not the same way. So how do I then think in a new way of doing things? And for instance, we hosted our first online event in July with entrepreneurs online. And never have I thought that I would host an online event.
Wow.
So not even in the wildest dreams. It was like, no, Zoom is like, I had the app. I was like, no, Zoom is, it's only for meetings. And literally, we put together an event. We collaborated, invited speakers that we've never even met face to face and connected online. So that was the first thing for me that I said, okay, now we are really changing. We're really in a digital age, and we are forced to embrace that digital age. We don't have any other option. Another thing that I would like to mention is, you know, sitting and thinking, what strategies can I put in place in order for my business not to die? You know, what strategies can I put in place for how do I make things work? You know, and how do I change my mindset from what I was doing to actually, you know, adjust and adapt to the new changes. So it's been quite a journey. It's been exciting, and also coming up with new concepts to say, okay, now I've been hosting events around women. Now, how do I then make it more, you know, impactful in terms of my offering? And hence I mean, you've seen, I've been posting about Table of Influence, which we will be talking about later. So I hope I have answered your question.
Definitely. I want to pick up on what you said
Excuse me?
About collaboration. You know that there's, we're not going to speak about this, but I want to build on my question on it. Is that one of the challenges we have as women, not just Kingdom Women, but women in general, is a competitive spirit. And also, even if we are not competitive, we have a serious attitude of being loners and wanting to do things alone and thinking that we can make it on our own without anybody's help, without any partnership. But you mentioned that you work with a lot of collaboration, and this year has been a great year for you to collaborate, and throughout your career to collaborate globally and even continentally. Can you just speak on the importance of collaboration, especially for women?
For women, yeah. I live with this mantra. It's my mantra that when I connect with people, it's to create a culture of collaboration. In other words, when I meet with Yolanda and I get to know Yolanda, so what do you do, Yolanda? I mean, who are you and what are you doing? My mind is already thinking, Uba, how do I connect the dots? You know, and what can we do together? Because I understand that I am Wendy, I am uniquely Wendy, and nobody else is Wendy. But Yolanda is Yolanda, she's uniquely Yolanda, and nobody else is Yolanda. And then it then means that I don't have what Yolanda has, and Yolanda doesn't have what I have. But if Yolanda and Wendy come together, then it means that they bring two different skills that can create, for lack of a better word, fireworks. So if Yolanda and Wendy collaborate, you can even do more, much more than you can do on your own. So that's my understanding, one, of collaboration. And you mentioned this competitive spirit and women trying to do it on your own. You don't want other people to help you, or even you compete, trying to compete with your fellow your friends or whatever. So one of the things I found is that kind of mentality is caused by not understanding what you bring on the table. When you don't understand what you bring on the table, when you don't understand yourself, then you will want to be everybody else. But when you understand who you are and what you bring on the table, you don't care less about what anybody else is doing, but what you bring on the table. So competition and I don't know what to call it, when competition and people copying other people means that you have not found who you are and you are still searching for who you are. And as a result, you will compete with other people, and you will also try to copy other people because you have not found who you are.
That is so true. And when you find who you are and know who you are and know what you were born to do, and what you're born to do can be very diverse. You can have one thing going for 10 years, and in the next 10 years have a completely different career. So our purpose is twofold. But once you know who you were born to be and what you were put on earth for, there is no competition, because you realize that people are doing the same thing. They will never do it like you. In fact, that's where the power of collaboration lies. Then you can actually partner with other women in the same field and sector, and as you said, together create fireworks. It is also my vision to see the day where the current generation of Black women can rise up to that place where we are able to celebrate each other's gifts, each other's successes, career, projects, partner with one another, and create platforms for people to share their innovations and not be intimidated by that. And that's one of the things that we do at Story of This Woman and as Radiant Woman podcast. Celebrate women and put on this platform what it is you do, so that the people that we have in our access can be able to connect with people beyond Yolanda. And have a network of Black, white, colored, multiracial, successful women. And that takes me to my next question. You have an upcoming event called Table of Influence, and you've spoken about influence a little bit. So can you touch on the importance of influence and what people will benefit from events such as these? Influence, what does that mean to be a woman of influence? How do you know when you are influential, and how do you use our influence? And when I come to your event, what am I going to get?
Okay. So I just want to just go back a bit before I get into the question. You mentioned something which has to do with, your purpose may be one thing this year, and also, and next year you may evolve and be doing something else. And I was actually, not toying around this idea, but I was actually meditating on that we haven't fully grasped the capacity that we have as human beings we have not fully understood the power that we have. And, and sometimes people box themselves in one area, just box themselves in one area and says, this is who I am, and that's it, end of story. Without even understanding the full or the capacity of their minds and the capacity of what they can achieve. And there's a book that I'm currently reading. It's actually not even a book, it's a manual, which was part of a program I was doing. It's called Investment in Excellence. And that there it tells us about that an ordinary human being is not even using 30% of their mental capacity. As excellent as you are doing things, amazing things, you realize that you have not used, 70% of your mental capacity.
Wow. Is it 30%?
Because so you're currently using 30%.
Okay.
Basically, that's what it says. You're currently using 30%, and 70% you have not even started using, your full potential. And then you have boxed yourself that this is who I am, end of story, and that's it. So that got me thinking that I never thought I would be where I am today or what I'm doing today. And it may not be materially showing material things or anything, but what I have achieved in terms of, what I've been doing over the years. And I realized that, so it means that in the next 10 years, I could be, if I could tap into that 70% I haven't tapped into, I could be, even way beyond what I'm doing now. So in other words, people have set, and that is caused by limiting beliefs that we have set for ourselves, that I cannot do this because of A, B, and C, or my family comes from a history of A, B, and C. And then that sets a precedence because you have believed that, and the reality is that what you believe you will create.
True.
So your environment is created by what you think about, but by what you do every day. But by what you meditate on every day. So if you keep on thinking that I cannot do this, I cannot be this, no, it's not for me, it's for so and so, and you will always be boxing yourself within, your 30% of capacity, and leave the 70% of your mental capacity to achieve greater things.
Yeah.
So coming back,
sorry to break you. That reminds me of a quote by Miles Monroe, who says that one of the saddest and things is the fact that the richest and wealthiest place in the world is the graveyard, because it is full of people who never access their full potential and who never realize all their dreams. And he says that is why we must make sure that when we go to the grave, we go to the grave empty, having realized every dream, every gift, every bit of potential that God has given us. So I am so challenged by that. I think that is so powerful, that we are only tapping into, at a time, 30% of our potential. May God give us grace to tap into the other 30 and the other 30 and
the other 30, yeah.
100% of our potential.
Yeah. And it starts with the understanding that everything that we see, everything that has been achieved by great people started with a simple idea. And it means that if another ordinary human being can think of an idea, implement it, and today we have electricity, for instance, we switch on, we have electricity. It started with an idea. It's not that their ideas were better than other people's ideas. It's just that they acted on their ideas.
True.
So people sit back and say, for instance, even during this period, there's so many opportunities that people have seen. And there's so many opportunities, but you think, no, will this work? No, let me not do this. No, but hey, is it, are my ideas valid? like a question that you ask yourself. You self-critique yourself and you say, are my ideas valid? Yes, your ideas are valid.
Yeah. Sure.
Your ideas are valid.
Wow. So back to
so I haven't
influence. Influence is influence. How do you know when you're influential? How do you exercise influence? And also, just after answering that, just tell us a little bit more about why you are coordinating this online event of influence. What are we going to get from it?
Okay, I picked up a quote by John C. Maxwell, where he says leadership is influence. And for me, when I speak about influence, I speak about an opportunity that you are given to change decisions, an opportunity you are given to create a path for future generations, an opportunity for you to shift things around, to influence, the discourse, to influence politics, to influence the community, to influence the sphere of that God has given you. Because every individual under the sun has been given that sphere of influence. So what does it mean to influence? It means you bring every gift that you have been given within that space. You live your fullness, that is your potential, you empty it out within that sphere that God has given you. In other words, Yolanda is gifted in A, B, C, D. Let's make an example. You're a pastor, you're a legal scholar, you are, a fashion, a makeup artist, you are in many other different things, but you influence that space. There's that one thing that God has called you for, but you use that which God has called you for to influence all those spaces that God has given, that you have that are your sphere, if I can put it that way. So with the table of influence, I've been driving events around women empowerment, and I've come from a background of working within an organization that advocates for no violence against women, Masmanyane Women's Support Center. And I've always had this passion to say, women belong in every boardroom, and women belong in every leadership role. And women, you have a seat. You have a seat at the table. That's why the name of the platform is called the Table of Influence.
Yes.
And this then means that we need to create, an environment where there's development of upcoming young leaders, upcoming young women leaders. And not just talk about women empowerment and, outsource transformation to other people or to our government or to people in leadership roles and say they must be the ones that, advocate for transformation. But we too have a role to play to say we're not outsourcing transformation. We are being part of that transformation. How are we being part of that transformation? By equipping the upcoming generation of women leaders that will one day be on positions of leadership. We have seen how COVID-19 has been ruthless with the older generation, older people, being, dying because of COVID-19. Yeah. And I always ask myself, is there a succession plan in terms, let's say, God forbid, it was targeting those who are in leadership roles? has there been any plan of, empowering the younger generation of women or even men to say, you can take over, you are equipped to take over and be leading? It's a question I am still asking. So this is my part of saying, I'm putting my hands on deck and saying, I want to be part of gender transformation. And I want to be part of changing the discourse of seeing that currently in South Africa, within the JSE listed companies, there's only 3 women CEOs.
Wow.
In the country within JSE listed companies.
That's so sad.
That is a sad 20 plus years later. That's where we are sitting. Yet we have a Sustainable Development Goals target of 2030, where we're saying it's by 2030 we should have 50-50, and which is we're still going to shift the goal and to say it's 2060 and shift the goal to 2063 and shift the goal again to say. So what is it that we're doing on the ground that will ensure that we achieve that there's empowerment of women and empowerment of girls? So Table of Influence is therefore that platform that says every young girl and every woman has a seat at the table. You have a seat at that boardroom. You have a seat at that leadership role. You have a seat in that community. You can be a leader within your community. And we're doing this by making sure that we will be bringing leadership coaching. We'll be bringing corporate governance training. We'll be bringing like the event that we are hosting now upcoming, which is on the 14th of November, both online and also physical. But I think we have the physical event. I think we're fully booked on that one. And those who want to join us virtually can still join us. So what we are doing there, we are starting because most women during this time have found themselves to be stuck, saying, okay, I was running a business and COVID-19 happened. And so what do I do? How do I, move to my next? So we're hosting we have a personal brand masterclass, which is titled Repositioning Your Brand. So this is where we want women to understand who they are, why they are, and where they are going, so that the next training that comes or the next masterclass that comes to someone who already knows where they are going and why they are, and what is it that they are doing. So we are excited to be hosting that. Who they are.
Sorry, Wendy. I like who they are, why they are, and where they are going.
Yeah.
www.fabulouswoman, honey.
It's www.
I love it. Who they are, why they are, and where they're going. I mean, if you're listening to that, you better ask yourself, who am I? Why am I? And where am I going? And if you don't know that, you better sign up for the online masterclass with Wendy after this. Wendy,
okay.
Let's move to the third one, because it's quite important, and I'm looking at our time because I want you to have that time where you speak with a free flow. And it touches on what we're talking about now. As someone who's had a thriving career in different sectors and having a whole lot of reach, not only locally, continentally and globally, and who's sort of mastered a balance with your career, family, and pioneering all the time, I want you to talk about the importance of owning your vision. I think you've touched a bit on it, but I want us to dwell a bit more on owning your vision and bringing your brand to life. Owning your vision.
Owning your vision and bringing your brand to life. Look, it starts with why. And I think I touched a bit on that. Why? Why are you doing what you're doing? And it starts with asking yourself those tough questions. And when you have answered the first question, why am I doing what I'm doing? You answer it and you say, why? Until you get to the core of why are you doing what you're doing. And in that way, you are able to own, what you're doing, because there's a sense of connection between who you are and what you are doing. So for me, when it comes to ownership, it's connected to what I said earlier, that when it comes to transformation, we often at time we have outsourced it and expected other people to be running with it, instead of saying, I have a role to play, and this is, part of the role that I'm going to play within the space. Yeah. So for me, owning that idea and owning my vision is one, accepting that this is who I am, and this is why I am, and this is why I am doing this. And sticking to the course, no matter what. Because it is easy to just, when it's not the way you want to, it's not.
Sorry, Wendy, I'm losing you.
Okay, there was a call that just came through.
Okay, I'm losing you. You were still at sticking the course no matter what.
Sticking your course no matter what. If you have a conviction that this is your vision, you will have challenges. That is guaranteed. Life is never plain sailing. You will have challenges. That is guaranteed. And sticking to the course means that if plan A in terms of what you're doing doesn't work, there's still other alphabets in the, there's B, C, D, E, E, F, and G. It doesn't mean give up. It means change the strategy. If it doesn't work this way, it means change the strategy. If C doesn't work, change and look at X. But still keeping the core business, or the main business, the main vision, the main vision.
I love that so much.
So
and
you still...
that speaks to being an innovator. That speaks to being a pioneer. That speaks to being a person who's fully convinced of where they're going. And if it means you have to make a way through a mountain, if you have to make a hole through a mountain to walk through it, that's what you need to do. And I think that's the mindset we need to have as we wrap up 2020, to say it's been a hard year. Our plans might not have gone the way that we wanted them to go. Our decision making was affected by our circumstances. Even our reach of influence, though some have tried, has been limited. But how can I come up with new strategies? What plan can I devise to achieve the same vision, the same goal, but taking into consideration the changes that we're now living in? And I love what you said to me. That's what it says to me. It says we just go back to the drawing board constantly at every stage of our life, so that we make sure that we keep the main thing. And that is winning. Ultimately, we have to win and bring the vision to manifestation and live the dream. And so we have to constantly innovate, come up with new ideas. If it means changing strategies, do that. And I'm stepping in because I'm looking at the time. Our last two guests, we got so excited. We were left with 8 minutes before they could share what's been in their heart. But I want to give you time, Wendy, to really just share what's on your heart for women right now. There are women who might be watching or who will watch this later, who might be feeling like 2020 has just been so hard, and there's just no way they've won at anything. They are not in their winning season. They are discouraged. They are losing hope. And they're not even excited about 2021. What words do you have for despondent, discouraged, and hopeless women? You just speak life for the next couple of minutes, and I'll be back shortly.
Okay, thank you. Thank you again, Yolanda. I think this question is very close to my heart. Where somebody said, I mean, you've just said that, you know, there could be a woman sitting at home feeling that I have not been winning this year. And because sometimes you look at all that, you focus more on the negative things. The fact that you are alive, one, you are winning. It means you have won. You have won the fight against COVID-19. That's number one. So you should be grateful for that. Two, the fact that you still have a job, it means that you are winning. You have won. That's number two. The fact that your children are still alive, all of them, and none of them have died during the season of people dying, is still, it means that you are still winning. The fact that you still have some, I can you know, count so many things. A lot of the time we focus on the negative and not really reflect on the good that has been happening in our lives. And that is what brings us to, you know, a place of despair and a place of wanting to give up and wanting to say, you know, why me? And, you know, I've been trying this and that and that. I mean, this morning I got an email that says, I mean, we had closed the deal, and the only thing left was the client to sign. And then I get an email that says, sorry, we will be considering this next year. So, and immediately I was like, yo, what does this mean? It means, you know, the deal is off for now. So I remembered a podcast I had watched, which says no means next opportunity. So if you feel that you have not been winning, you've been trying A, you've been trying B, you've been trying C, and you are not winning, keep on going to the next opportunity. So whenever you get a no, you must know that it's next opportunity. It's not a no. It doesn't mean that you have anything wrong happening, or it's not even about you. It means persevere. Giving up is not an option. You must look at what you're doing, change strategy, and go to the next opportunity. So I want to encourage you to look at life in that way. And if you're getting closed doors, you knock on the next one. If you're getting a closed door, you come through the roof if you have to. So giving up is not an option during this time, because it is in that period that you build your faith, you build your resilience, you build your capacity to push. And, you know, you build your capacity to push. You know, I mean, so many successful people, if you sit down with them and ask how many no's did you get before you got to the level you are in, they will tell you that, you know, I've had 200 no's. I mean, the likes of Mark Zuckerberg, the likes of so many successful business people. You'll find that they've received so many no's before they got a yes. So never take that personally. Just know it means next opportunity. And giving up is not an option. It doesn't exist within winning women. And then the last thing I want to say is, you know, just start with your why and find your purpose. Find what is it that makes you, you know, want to wake up in the morning, and you would do it even if you're not getting paid. Find your purpose and just align yourself with that. And every day do one step towards achieving that goal, even if it means sending one email, even if it means calling that person, even if it means, you know, showing up where you have to show up. And today I was reminded about that, about showing up. when I was not even thinking about showing up. A couple of years back, we hosted some events for vulnerable children, where we donated some goodies for a Christmas party, and I kept doing these things and kept being involved in these charity events and charity for children. And only today it made sense when I had to put together a proposal that needed reference of what I've been doing. And you know what? I had to draw that, that experience and say, I have been involved in A, B, C, D. And I never knew that then I would need that experience in the future. So I want to encourage you to do what you can with the time that you have. Whether it's aligned with what you're doing, whether it's not aligned, as long as it is good, do it. And those are your building blocks for your future. So every experience you have from your past is preparing you for your future. So I want to encourage you, don't wait until you have everything to build. Don't wait until you have everything. Do what you can with what you have. It is your building blocks to your future. And so, Yolanda, I don't know whether I am done or not done, but I am done.
I am so blessed. Don't wait until you have everything to begin building. Use what you have. Quitting is not an option. Giving up is not an option. You have to cultivate strategies, ideas, and a thick skin when you get no. Tell yourself that it's not the end of the story. There is more to you. There is more to you than a no, because there will always be a next opportunity. Wendy, you are a beautiful voice, a powerful mind, a force to be reckoned with, and a blessing to us. And she is actually Wendy's blessing on social media. You follow her, connect with her, please, and you will not regret it. Trust me, with every post, you will start growing your own confidence and realizing, you know what, I have influence of my own. I have voice. I have a reason why I'm here. I've got ideas that I should bring to life, and you will be inspired from her walk. It's been a pleasure chatting to you, and I pray all God's great success and blessing over you and everything that you've got planned for the rest of the year. May you finish strong and continue winning in every single season of your life. I love you so much. Thank you. Good
Thank
night.
you so much, sis. And it's been a blessing to be here. Thank you so much for hosting me, and bless you. And may this platform grow and keep on winning and inviting winning women, so that those who feel that they are not winning will finally join the wagon of winning women dialogue. Yes.
Appreciate.
Thank you. I appreciate it too. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Ladies, it's been an absolute pleasure. I just want to read some of the comments. We've been live 55 minutes. The meeting should be an hour. Yandi says, otherwise you will wait forever. I think she is commenting when Wendy said, don't wait until you have everything. Use what you have. True. If we wait, we would wait forever. Sihle says, this is a powerful session. No means next opportunity. Thanks, Sis Yolanda, BAM podcast, and the guest speaker. I love how practical Sis Wendy is. Practicality is where we need to be. So she is a practical woman. She gets things done. And I hope that rubs off onto all of us so that we can achieve our goals. It is not too late. Do what you can with what you have. Experience is preparing for your future. Correct. She is such a blessing. Oh, yes, she is a blessing. This was, again, an awesome session. Thank you to every single one of you who tuned in. I truly do appreciate you. And as I said yesterday, please share the live. Can I borrow your walls just for this month? Can you please share this message? It might inspire someone. Somebody might need these tools to leave the year inspired. There are so many discouraged people right now, and they need every little bit of the encouragement that they can get. So please, please, please do share this live and be a blessing to somebody else. And I appreciate you all so much. We'll be back tomorrow. Please watch the wall for our next guest speaker. Share the poster, invite a friend, and let's keep winning. Good night. I love you so much. God bless you all.